Okay, yeah, I got my people's checking in on me right now. We talking about who we talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Nah, heard. All the above. All the above. I forgot who I was checking with. Check this out. We're gonna go into the startup joint. Give me like 5 minutes.
I need some in the headphone. What? Yeah. I was
Gone with the stank self. Let's go. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a long time. My name is Troublemaker Son. It's been a long time, man. I'm feeling good. All the joints popping off right now. All the joints popping off. In particular, my beats travel like a vortex through your spine to the top of your cerebral cortex. Make you feel like you're busting up from raw sex into through your right ventricle. Shout out to the RZA. What's up, everybody? Hope y'all doing well. You know what I'm saying? Welcome aboard. You know what I'm saying? All my Sun Seeds people, all that, the block people. You see, we got a little merch popping up here and there. We're about to do the damn thing, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you're having a wonderful beginning of the calendar year, 2024. I don't believe no new life begins until the spring. You know what I'm saying? The new life begins in spring. Can you hear me on that? Because that's a beautiful time of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's when it gets all that. Yeah. The earth is protected, and I'm at my highest. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, and this topic is I've been leading up to it. If you looked at the previous selections that I've done as far as topic wise and looked at the previous shows, I know it's been a long time, man. You know, I'm sorry. It's been crazy. It's been hectic. I got something for that too. You know what I'm saying? Where's my people's at? It's been a long time. Been such a long time. I'm just waiting for a couple of people to come through as well.
Heard from you in a while, boy, where you been?
Yeah, man. And I just wanted you to maybe be able to hit that like button real quick. You know, get us
comment, share,
all that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get us on the right page. You know what I'm saying? Mental health in hip hop has been at the crux of everything that is hip hop culture that you can imagine. Now, bear with me, because it's not like, you know, these things were just problems looking to get solved, and, you know, just situations, you know, looking to be entered into with a therapeutic eye all the time. But it does have these times where we come to certain forks in the road. We have to really, you know, truly assess what's going on here. What is going on here? And it's been gracious that we've always had a period of time where we could just let our inhibitions go, feel really free, and get to, you know, partying on the scene, get to really, you know, doing what we're supposed to do as a culture in this community, which was, you know, peace, love, unity, and having fun. That's always been the tenets. Always. Rocking the crowd is a tenet. It's a responsibility that you have as an artist. Not just an MC, not just a break dancer, not just a DJ, you know, with the style that you represent, the graffiti that you're putting forth, you know, the lingo. You're a representative of this culture. And the more expansive your repertoire is, the more people you can reach. Can you hear me? And this is very important. This is the spreading of the culture as we enter and we have reached 50 years of hip hop, you know, cultural intelligence. We're going to say cultural intelligence on this one, right? I got some people coming through, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my thing, going through my rounds. You know what I'm saying? Thugging it out. As they say, thugging it out. And I want to put this forward, simple and plain. You know what I'm saying? That we are able to control our culture, control our destinies by the movements we make. I wanted to open up this thing by saying a Biggie verse. Last track of the dang Ready to Die, and the freaking album, the album cover is like very self-explanatory, um, very descriptive, and it wasn't even morbid. You know what I'm saying? To listen to what he was saying throughout the album is very antithesis of what the album cover was. It was a brand new life, his brand new daughter. Shouts to Tiana, you know what I'm saying? Respect. You know what I'm saying? All that he wanted to do this for. Because he felt a new sense of responsibility rather than just being on the street, on the curb, and the like. You know what I'm saying? So with this new vigor in life, he puts on the album. But on the last song, he has a song called Suicidal Thoughts, which many people in the suicidal world, you know what I'm saying? Listen, first of all, what is it? 989 is the new number for the hotline. I want to make sure I get this right. 988. Pardon me. I got to get that right. Let me type that into the chat for those that are on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And they need some services right away. It's very important. Because we do have a few artists that unfortunately left us a little early in their journey, be it to a foul play and we don't know, or just the stressors of this artistry and the level that's expected of it. Also, just their positions in lives as far as where they were in depths of their reality and what they were experiencing. If you look at the thumbnail, it shows you a young man deep in thought. You know what I'm saying? Maybe looking for self-awareness, meager surroundings. And this is where, you can cook or be cooked. And when I say that, cook or be cooked, this is where, you get the ingredients of what your flow is going to be, what your journey as an artist is going to be when you decide to become that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Robert Townsend said in Hollywood Shuffle, there's work at the post office. Real talk. This life is not designed for everybody. And just because you get a modicum of, success, upward mobility, lots of funds. Just because you get the lots of funds don't mean you're going to be happy. Big said it itself, more money, more problems. So let's go back into Big. If I die, I want to go to hell because I'm a piece of, it ain't hard for me to tell. The beginning of Suicidal Thoughts, right? Tupac, many times over. Salute to the General Tupac all day. Who Biggie got a lot of his beginning flows and style. I ain't say flows, I ain't gonna say that. Biggie had his own flows, but knowing how to craft a song and what crowd appeal is and stuff like that. A lot of that. Remember, they were best of friends at one time. We cannot ignore that. We cannot forget that. They're best of friends at one time. And with that, Pac was on that time too. You know what I'm saying? Hoping to die the way I live, straight thugging. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the lifestyle that you put forward is a testament of how hard you're willing to go. And if not, it's get rich or die trying. It's levels, it's steps. What's interesting is, I'm going to be very candid. I've been working in the mental and behavioral health field for over 10 years. Keep it conservative. And it's interesting that you may have people that come in and they may not know their whereabouts. They may not know their whereabouts. They may not know what they did yesterday, certain activities. They may not even know how to wash themselves. But one thing they will know is a a favorite song of theirs, a particular smell, colors. There's certain things that can, bring up remembrance, bring up something that they cling to very importantly, and becomes their reference point to having some type of dialogue. One guy came in and he was all into Drake, knew about every other Drake song available, and he wasn't even from the country. That was the interesting part. He wasn't even from the country, but man, if you can tell me he didn't know every Drake song. And what's that? The Far Gone album or something like that. It was one of the It's Not Too Far. I forgot the name of the album. I'm bugging out. Okay. What's going on here? That album. You know what album I'm talking about. And he got that. Every lyric he knew confidently. And I was like, what? I had to go back and Google this and that and the third. Like, yo, he knew all this. Because it clinged to him. But he still had these issues, schizoaffective disorders and all this other stuff. And, he like, how could somebody that's really not in touch with reality at this period of time, or what we accept as reality, can get this and know it verbatim? Another artist that is a couple of, there's a few of them, tell you the truth. Another artist that is mimicked a lot from people that are quote unquote not readily available, vulnerable people, okay, with mental health crises, is DMX. Somebody would know DMX lyrics verbatim by heart, right to what's my name? DMX, should I be the best? The rest look like they need a rest. And we'll say it just like he says it. You might get older cats that know old school lyrics. NWA, not so much the spitters, right? We're not going to say too much of the spitters, even though NWA is a group of spitters or whatever like that. But you know what I'm saying? They'll know F the Police. They'll know what's another popular one? Straight Outta Compton. You know what I'm saying? But they won't know what's the one with the reggae joint? Oh man, having a brain bubble from the Niggas for Life album. They won't know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of that joint? It's gonna come to me. Empty Rim was heavy on it. They won't know the world's biggest and all that. They probably know that. They'll probably know that. Because some of them, they'll know the raunchiest, most disrespectful, most dysfunctional lyrics. And that will cling to them quicker than anything else that will progress for them. Oh, it's coming to me too, the song. I can actually see the video in my head with the reggae dude and then boom, Lord have mercy. I heard a dope beat. I just didn't go through it, but Jay didn't do it. I can't flow through it. The world's most ruthless. If anybody knows what that song is, please put it in the comments right away, and it's gonna cling to me too, because Homeboy and the reggae artist was bugging. Pac, you got Big, you got NWA, you got you made somebody that knows a Melly Mel, the White Lines song. Not so much the message. They might know the chorus to the message. They know the raunchy versions of certain songs from women. Little Kim. Just recently, Cardi B, and just recently is Sexy Red. Oh my goodness. Talk about the raunchiest. These young girls are in it. Listen. And that's why if you listen to the the previous shows, you see the rundown at where I was going with when it went from pimping and pandering and all that whole male female relationship culture went into, and then it went into the violence. You know what I'm saying? Uber violence, which is basically more like more descriptive violence, when people was using the excuse that Scarface was and Terminator was more, deadly than the lyrics, not understanding truly what frequency is about. And we're going to speed up and find out exactly why frequency and learning in hip hop became passe. Even though you can still get bits and pieces here and there, but as far as mainstream on the commercial level tip, is dissipated because, position prevailed that you empower people, and that's what was happening. People were empowered by listening to Rakim. People were empowered by listening to Coogee Rap, empowered by listening to Queen Latifah, MC Light, Sweet Tea. They were empowered listening to Kwame, Divine Styler, Def Jeff, all these people. Empowered by listening to early EPMD, NWA, Cypress Hills. So when we mention these people and the repertoire they have and the integrity that we felt that they have within them, and Ice Cube, Ice T, and the recognition that we give them is not in a vacuum. It's not just because. It's because they actually put some effort and work into, the work that they was going to put out. They gave us a time where we can learn something. KRS-One, Heavy D. You can learn something from these guys. At the same time, vibe out, throw a party, freestyle a little bit, enjoy the music. So as the drug culture starts to seep in, and we're talking around the same time because, from the weed culture, you had a certain amount of the weed. There's always drugs around. Any type of musical environment, creative environment, there's always some type of, stimulant, depressant, concoction. There's always some type of, extra to it. You know what I'm saying? The focus is that we hope that you, do these things responsibly, even though the whole practice is not really responsible. We want you to be able to live the next day, to live the next week, focus on your health, maybe get to a higher level where you don't need these type of things. You understand what I'm saying? And, you got to the point where it just, jumped up and escalated. Then you got where you got people who were professing these things and didn't really, partake, didn't get involved in it, was just using that as a money grab. I'm gonna leave that up to you. Go through your Googles and your Instagrams and stuff like that and do the damn research. But hey, you know what I'm saying? In the world where money is the objective and the idol that you worship, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna lay your ties there. You're gonna lay your ties there, and that's what's been happening. That's the focus. Make sure you hit the like when you come in, or if you see this on the passing by. You know what I'm saying? The likes are more important than the actual super chats or cash apps, because they put you in the algorithm, they put you in the flow, in the state of mind, the state of being of things. You know what I'm saying? So when people go to research stuff like this, the video pops up, your comment pops up, we all get a little bit of satisfaction, right? And if I see it, I'm gonna put it on the board. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's pinned up. So, with these things as a factor, they had the Molly culture, the ecstasy culture, the lean culture, which is, these are definitely heavy drugs. Then you got the prescription drugs in the middle, and then you got the higher forms of THC. Of course, These are going to create physiological differences for the next generation, producing a different type of mental health. Just like you had the crack in the 80s, the heroin in the 70s, the cocaine in the early 80s and the 70s, the late 70s, early 80s. You know what I'm saying? All, this brew forming a new being to come into effect. That now the morals are compromised, the work ethic may not be there, their loyalty to things that are decent, which goes back to the morality, but also is about, the degradation of that which is already there. Like, that's y'all's thing, you know what I'm saying? That's not our thing. The acceptance of ignorance. The acceptance of ignorance comes with that degradation. And this is not, I don't mean to be, crucial over something that is bigger than one or two beings, than a solitary group that is interdependent on another group for benefit. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to victimize either. Because everybody has something, right? That's what they say. They say everybody has something. It's not right. I don't like that. But what it is that every something can be ignored or dismissed. You don't have to deal with that. But nonetheless, it's around. And once it's around, it becomes a topic of expression. So we went from, the nice herb songs about getting high and loving to get high and, want to hit something real potent and stuff like that. And then it became the sellers. Everybody was selling something. Everybody had a brick. Everybody had a brick. Everybody had it. I got that thing. I'm selling weight, man. I got 10 of them things. And the people that actually are doing these things that don't even want to be recognized nowhere, right? Because what's saying that you are involved in something means that chances are you're going to want to name drop just to prove to other people that you're involved. So I also went into the telling culture, aka snitching. Y'all was telling. There's a lot of telling going on. What they telling, man? Talking too much. The spot, your block, the apartment on your block. That's the spot. the grandma that the apartment was leased to. That is the spot on the block. Y'all was going too far. What color the vehicles coming in? Yo, you press the button and turn the wipers on, and this come out the. You think as a person that is involved heavily into these affairs, they want to hear the recipe? you think that they want to hear the recipe of what's going on? The mental health. I heard Instagram story a minute ago. Dude from Philly, he was talking about, yo, man, I don't know if y'all remember them kids that was on the second floor that, what I'm saying, they did, they was kind of slower than all the other kids, you know what I'm saying, and they was like the, what I'm saying, the cookie flow and all that stuff. This is how he said it. I ain't gonna go there. Lord, child, I ain't gonna go there. This is how he said it. He said it like this. They was on the floor, it smelled like the cookies. They had like 3 or 4 teachers, 4 or 5 sometimes. And it just was a little different. Once they graduated, they didn't tell you who they were. Everybody just mingling in the society the same way, thinking one thing is another, until you start to get these conversations. And they're like, yo, wait a minute. There's a little disconnect here. And sometimes if there's enough people, this is where groupthink comes into effect, and frequency. There's enough people saying the same thing loud and wrong, and you are right. Chances are you being right sounds like you're being wrong. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chances are you sound like the wrong one while everybody else sounds the same and they feel they right. This is where research and self-development, self-awareness, and fact-finding and other things come into a play. It has to. It has to come to a rise. I gotta find out how I'm sounding right now. I might have a little bit of kickback. Just let me know. But I need to do this real quick. I need to do this. All my people's the Starting Five is on right now too. They've been out for two hours. Starting Five podcast. Super shouts to them real quick. Let me get a clap. What the laughter? With the laughter. This way. Yeah, man. Them boys is doing good, man, and give you some great topics outside of the loop. This wonderful. Let's see what we got here. Your block, the apartment. Okay, we good. On your block, that's the spot. Yo, that's the spot right there, yo. Me and my peoples be rolling in the got the chopper on deck in apartment 5B. Like, what the? And the detective just writing this stuff down. Like, okay, there you go right there. You know what I'm saying? They said they're selling that Finney with the Henny. What the? Come on, man. You ain't even giving yourself a start. What is it? A running start. You ain't even giving yourself a running start. But nonetheless, that we moved into there, then we moved into the sexual ambiance and put it in your mouth. And, shouts to Akinelli. Salute to Akinelli. Salute to Akinelli. What up? Yeah, man. Yeah. Don't matter. Don't swallow it. What homegirl said, take it in the bud. Nasty. What? Yo. Wait. Not that one. Oh, man. And it was playing like 10 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that kids just left for school and stuff like that. No. Some people didn't leave for school. No. They still home. They still was home. They was listening. You know what I'm saying? For that midday morning rush. And sometimes we got away with it. 8:30 in the morning. But no kids are still in the cars, listening. They're looking at the mom dukes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see you. Okay, that's what you like. Until nowadays you get it. And they're so descriptive. There's really no secret or sacredness to the sexual activities. It's all out there now. It's all out. Whatever you doing is done on the radio already. And what's done on the radio, your goofy ass gonna try. Let's go. Let's go with it. You like, ugh, that right there? They eating what? Till the grits fall out. Till the grits fall out. Or because of the frequency too. The frequency of the music is different. And it's an interesting thing, right? Because I actually was doing a little bit of research on this. And the 440 hertz was the 440 hertz is the new frequency developed on the piano octave. And it's more of a mobbish type of vibe. It's more of a group think. It's more of a concert feel. You know what I'm saying? So you can develop a lot of music with the 440 hertz on a larger scale than the previous 432 hertz, which was up until the turn of the 20th century, at least in the Western. A lot of Eastern places still deal with the 432 hertz, and then you got the other stuff like the 437. You got the 963, what they call it, the God frequency, and I don't know if anybody go to Omega Sun's Light, which is that dude is pretty amazing itself. Shouts to you, Omega Sun's Light. You do some amazing damn work. You did the frequency with with the words before. You know what I'm saying? And words are power, and words, they resonate and vibrate through the airwaves to your drum, the eardrum, which is an air instrument. Creating the percussion to communicate and form different sounds, and this is a whole intricate system. Your body being made 80% water, and all this stuff comes into effect. So we actually take in poisons in the music. This is why P had a song called Music. Music in the message. Music in the message. In the message. Music in the message. Powerful. So when you don't hear people talk about health, wealth, success, environments that are built on skill and talent rather than nefarious actions. This is the whole conversation that D1 is trying to have right now. And he's not the only one, but he's the most pronounced one right now. These things were being discussed for the last 15, 20 years because people knew what it would transpire into if we were to get so intellectually weak but money motivated. Intellectually weak but money motivated. It's going to cause compromises in the trajectory of our success models. This is where people will say anything just to get a buck. Just like Guru said on Gangsta, just to get a rep. Some people will do anything just to get a rep, just to have their name live longer than their lives. So then you have talented entertainers. They go through these mental health battles. I think in part 2, we'll go through some of those people, those young artists, those souls that were deferred a dream, that thought that, and I want to mention one. I really want to mention one right now. Because there's two that's really dear to me. I was like, yo, these guys was just like, really, really, man, they had it. They had it. It was going to be large, man. It's going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then, all of a sudden, like, wow, for real? For real? No, I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold that to it. I'm going to hold that to part 2, if I decide to do a part 2. But you see how we are now, where simplicity has become, hey, man, get that. Yeah. When it's too simple, everybody want to do it, and nobody will have the motivation to make it better because it's too simple now. And you encourage people to have this low level vibration, work ethic, and establish these mantras of madness with lower frequencies again. So this 440 is what we trapped in now. And when we see an artist like Andre 3 Stacks, I talked to him crazy. I talked about him crazy. I ain't gonna front. I talked about him crazy. I did. That's funny. Like, man, nobody want to hear that. I said that. I said that nobody want to hear the flute stuff. They ain't ready for it. And the pocket few that are ready for it, they're so far removed from this is what you're ready to leave the planet type stuff, man. Come on. We want to hear some dynamic, crazy verses, and then you know what I'm saying, you introduce us into that, because I do not rest on the laurels of the past. You want to hear what you got to say right now, where it's really active. You know what I'm saying? What they say when it's active, when it's going, man. It's up. That's what they say. It's up. They say it's up.
Damn, man.
Come on, man. And I get it though. I get it, because it's a form of protecting your own mental health. And you got to be able, to exist on the frequency that relates to you. That way you can manifest things. I get it, man. But to say that there's nothing to talk about, there's tons of things to talk about, man. Tons of things to talk about. And the longer we don't address these things, they become bigger problems. They become bigger issues. And this is why I wanted to do this show, this broadcast, not a show, pardon me. I wanted to do this observation of reality. This is what these segments give. You can go anywhere in the world, and I think the closest we got to this was Hip Hop DX. They covered a little bit of this. If I didn't read what they put out, and I didn't listen to the video that they have. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do next. But I knew this is where I wanted to take it. Being that I actually work in the field, I have been in hip hop before, and I still continue to promote it. Come on, dog. Not for nothing. Oh goodness! Stop it! Stop it! But to also show and prove that, there are levels to this hip hop vibe that we get that are, detrimental to our next practices of life. And it's going to be very, very concerning if we continue on the levels that we continue on and what we allow. Because it's up to you, the consumer. It's up to us as consumers to say, this is what we're rocking with. This is what we're rocking with. I love the new Blue Sun. That's Dre 3000's project. I love it. It's a great testament of what an artist is able to do once they get out of their comfort zones and they experiences, new forms of awareness and reality. But if this is where you come from, at least during the 50th year, you commemorate. Show and prove, you know what I'm saying? Let them know why they deem you the greatest. And sometimes you don't even have to show that. Just give them a peek at what greatness is. And I know he was trapped behind that Hey Ya song for the longest time. Imagine being able, you getting booked for shows at this exorbitant amount of money, doing a song or doing a task that you really discussed. It becomes punishment. And he was in that. He said that as much as that in the Rick Rubin interview, Dre 3000. And it's like, every time I go somewhere, they think I'm just going to be saying, hey, y'all all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes so repetitive, and then, of course, people know you from that, so they run up to you and, shake it like a Polaroid picture all in your face and all that. So to draw back down the celebrity, you become exactly what his group moniker was, the outcast. Do something totally different, left and right. You know what I'm saying? This freaking Ron partner does owls. He freaking he manages owls, which is totally dope because that's what we're supposed to do. Think outside the box, get outside of our comfort zone, and make other things fly. That's the purpose of hip hop right there. You know what I'm saying? So I can see somebody, a kid that love Big Boy, and walk down the block and he got an owl or falcon on his arm. That is so freaking dope. Shouts to that, man. Shouts to that. You know what I'm saying? But to say that there's nothing to talk about, I disagree totally. and the mental health crisis is beginning on. And now we have a phase where, there's this behavior of outlandish character. It's like an outlandish caricature, right? Of a dysfunctional woman being at the top level of what we accept. Like we've heard the term, you got to show a little A to get some cash. You got to show a little ass to get some cash. Yeah, we're familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? But now you're taking the, we're actually seeing parts of your uterus. We're actually seeing parts of your uterus. It's not appealing. We're gonna need you to bring that back a little bit. I can see the dark part of your. I can see the dark part of your meats. Is a problem. We've gone too far on the stage show. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for next time, because that also promotes a different type of it leaves a line of that's a success model for people that may not be as strong as that person that's doing it. So they're looking up to that now. So now if they can make it like that, I can make it like that, and then I'm gonna go a step further, because the step further mean I can get more resources. And the reality is that may not be the case or the cast. I'm sorry, too much. That might be that's too much. Nonetheless, we're gonna draw back down. We're gonna really link into what groups, what people, certain lyrics. Because another lyric, I did the Scarface lyric. He tackled it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, in Mind Playing Tricks on Me, where he was talking about a mental health episode. And that was like the draw of Mind Playing Tricks on Me song, and being it, now just a Halloween custom to play. Day by day, it's more impossible to cope. It feels like I'm the one that's doing dope. Can't keep a steady hand because I'm nervous. Every Sunday morning I'm in service. And the way Scarface, Scarface is one of the best for me. I'm sorry. Give him his flowers now. Scarface all the way. And if you haven't seen it already, go and see the Tiny Desk Studio, which is fabulous, right? But the way he delivers it, the wordplay that he uses when he writes, and descriptive levels, day by day it's more impossible to cope. Feel like I'm the only one that's doing dope. Can't keep a steady hand because I'm nervous. Can't keep a steady hand because I'm nervous. Every Sunday morning I'm in service, begging for forgiveness. And the conviction in his voice. The conviction in his voice, and this is why we love these type of artists like Beanie Siegel, Styles P. They'll deliver that pain and that next level clairvoyance. They know something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? They know something is not right. Something's amiss, but they conclude that there's something better. There's something I can cling to that's going to give me a purpose. In just the lyric, in the voice itself. DMX, same way. You know what I'm saying? I'm slipping, falling, can't get up. Be back on my feet like a tear. He's telling you, like, yo, look, I may be at the bottom right now, but I'm going. As long as there's breath in this life, I'm going. And even if there's not, what I got right now is going to live forward. You know what I'm saying? And those type of expressions are irreplaceable. Not to say you have to get to that level, because we have our crowning princes and princesses and kings and queens and whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? You have our leaders. You know what I'm saying? At least, and I don't want to say leaders like they're leading something. Every man is no man is infallible, right? I'm saying as far as what the culture gives and as far as the purpose of their work in the culture and the genre, they're leaders. They're great people. You know what I'm saying? But you lead you. You lead you. And that's the most important thing. Now, the whole thing is that you find good premises to lead with or to lead and push forward for your life. You know what I'm saying? And do the best you can for your circle. First for yourself and then for your circle. Because it's self-savior, right? More to the story. This the hotline is on the bottom. It's in the comment. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you copy that. Now they took it from the long the number, what's that, the 10 digit number to the 3-digit number, which is very important, very good. A great artist that also covered this was Joyner Lucas. Shouts out to Joyner Lucas. Fire. Fire artist. With that, what's that, 273-8255, and then following behind that was Logic, which, you know, you could have did 10 more songs, you know, develop on that concept just to spread the awareness, which is a marvelous art. Just to spread the awareness is it's something for the group. It's something for the global village, and it's important. So when you hear those artists and you hear those works and you see those works come across, you know, click on it one time. Just give it a check out, see what's going on. When you hear artists tell about their pain while they're making their music or making their money and riches and stuff like that, you know, those are the artists that you celebrate, you know, to the fullest advantage as you can. You know what I'm saying? That brother D1, he's doing a marvelous work. Look, I don't agree with everything he's saying. You know, I don't. But I know the bulk of his message is to make sure that the next person that hears what he's saying finds an importance in it, develops a discussion, and creates something greater off of a positive premise. And it's not, look, that's another thing. KRS said one time, negativity comes at you with a 22, positivity comes back with a 45 and lick down them, but lick them down there, buddy. Fire burn. Cause for real, man. Positivity is not weak. You know how strong you gotta be just to be sane and level. That's a lot of work, man. Now, just to talk rationally with somebody that's irrational. I had this conversation before. Like, what can you say to somebody that is not able to communicate? What type of expression you think you're going to get from somebody that's not able to readily communicate? Where are you in do you have the patience